Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Saturday morning, bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Hope you guys are going to have a good weekend. Hope the weather's going to be nice where you're at. I think it's supposed to rain down south here. Memorial Day weekend. Let's just philosophize a little bit. Talk about people's online activity. It can be a pretty big source of suffering for some people, especially those people who argue a lot online or engage in political discussions. And that seems to be just about anybody, because if you look at any thread in any topic, I look at a lot of motorcycle stuff. Has nothing to do with politics. Nobody cares if you're Democrat, Republican. Doesn't matter what the picture is. People are arguing back and forth about Trump, about AOC, about whatever the latest bullshit is in the news on like a dirt bike video. And I wonder why, just in general, there's so much negativity online. There's more negativity than positivity. It depends on who you follow. I follow a lot of motivational stuff and a lot of gym and fitness stuff, and people in these types of communities are pretty encouraging and positive. But it seems like, for the most part, what a lot of people are doing online is trying to tear other people down in the name of truth, what they think is truth. Everybody has their own personal truth. Everybody is blindly running forward with their sword and shield, trying to fight for truth. And everybody's going in a different direction, it feels like. At least that's the way it seems online. And I'm not sure why people spend a lot of time doing that. That, to me, seems like a waste of time, because what do you care about somebody else thinks? And why do you need to fight with other people to convince them into your opinion, into your belief? Maybe you are right. Who cares? Maybe they are wrong. Who cares? Why would you care what another person thinks about anything at all? We live in a free country. You can think whatever you want. You can be the dumbest, weirdest, craziest son of a bitch ever. So what? And if you don't like it, you can just not be friends with them. You don't have to know them. Don't interact with them. And that was kind of a world we lived in for a long time, up until social media went crazy. I mean, what happened to minding your own business? That used to be a thing. We used to mind our business. And it really wasn't my business who you voted for. It wasn't my business who you believed in, what God you followed. It wasn't my business. There was a whole list of stuff that really wasn't my business. And I've had friends that have been like close homeboys for decades. I don't know what religion they are. I don't know what politics they hold. I don't know who they've ever voted for, ever. That kind of shit is like really weird to people now. Oh, you base your whole relationships on this stuff. We never cared in the past, because what am I going to do? Sit here and fight with you about what you believe and what you think is true? That's going to ruin the whole friendship, and we can be friends on all kinds of other topics. I think we could easily go back to just minding our own business. And it's weird because people can't. They have to fight for this idea of truth like they're an activist. Is that what you guys are? Is everybody a political activist? Social media has turned the whole country, the whole world, into political activists. Everyone is memeing all day long their agenda, their narrative, or at least what they've been fed. Everybody's chosen a side. And they're all trying to control the narrative as if what they believe is true. And my only point is, who cares, man? It's all a waste of time. I mean, you're making yourself miserable by fighting for your righteousness. So, for those of you that are engaged in this, you keyboard warriors, you internet people that are at it all day long, here's some advice from somebody who was around before the internet was even existed. I was around before we had personal computers. When I graduated high school, it was just starting. The rich kids, super rich kids, might have a home computer, and it would be a big giant computer that barely did nothing. Video games sucked. So a bit of advice is no online arguments. None. You may want to fire off your opinion. You may identify something that this guy said was completely wrong, and oh, you can change it. You can correct it. You can put the truth out there. You can't let a lie exist. You have to correct the truth. Forget about all that. It's a waste of time. No one's paying you to do this. Is that what your job is? It's to argue with people online all day? It's just making you miserable. You're spending your energy. So, no online arguments. I would take it a step further and say no online comments. No comments. Don't comment on anything ever, at all, ever. There's no reason to. Why comment on anything at all, ever? I don't see the point. But I came up in a world of television shows and magazines. And I don't read a magazine article, many of which I've disagreed with, and want to grab a pen and start writing my comment at the bottom of it at the doctor's office, and then put that magazine back on the stack so when someone reads it, they can see me correcting them, my little comment. It's just an idea to try to help you guys out. No comments, no comments, no comments. Another way that you can release yourself from this online suffering that you're going through daily by fighting people over the truth and your righteousness is to limit everything that you put out there to nothing but just positivity. If it's not positive and promoting positivity, light and love and happiness and forward growth and forward movement, if it's not promoting that agenda, there's no reason to put it out. And a lot of you know, you're smart enough to know, some of the stuff you put out is definitely going to trigger people in your friend circle. And you put it out there in order to kind of start fights or to watch people fight in the comments. That's demonic. You're tearing down society by doing that. What are you, an anarchist? So limit your posts to positivity. And the final bit of advice I can have on this, and maybe other people who are really good at avoiding online drama can add to this, because I think this is a problem for some people. Not everybody. For some people, it really is ruining their lives. I think it's an idea that you could edit your news feed, so to speak. You could at least, I'm not going to tell you to unfriend people because of belief systems. You don't need to be in a bubble. But if there's people that are posting stuff that trigger you, and you just can't let it go, you have to fire off on that. You have to get into the comments and give your 2 cents. In order to resist the temptation, just unfollow them. You can still be friends with them. You can still talk to them every once in a while. Whatever. Have your friendship. Whatever that means. A lot of our online friendships are meaningless. But at least unfollow them so you're not giving yourself triggers. It's all food for thought.